60 Minutes Rewind.
There was nothing random about the acts of terrorism against the World Trade Center. The Twin Towers were not just symbols of American finance. The people who worked there were at the very heart of it, like the small investment banking firm of Sandler O'Neill. Its headquarters were on the 104th floor of Tower 2, but its roots were in the very heart of America. Its business was providing financial expertise and services to small and medium-sized banks and savings and loans all across the country. They had friends in places like Wayne, New Jersey, Sioux City, Iowa, and Santa Barbara, California. Of Sandler O'Neill's 171 employees, 83 reported for work at the World Trade Center on the morning of September 11th. Only 17 made it out alive. For the people of Sandler O'Neill, continuing their business is every bit as important and symbolic as the act that almost ended it. We were allowed to join them a few days after the disaster in their small midtown office, where Sandler O'Neill had first come to regroup, hiring crisis counselors and therapists, searching hospitals, and trying to console and help the families of friends and colleagues who were dead or missing.
Hey, Billy. Bill Hickey. How you doing, buddy? Hey, I just wanted to say hello and see if I could do anything for you, buddy.
The bankers and brokers and analysts had all worked the phones before, but never in a situation like this.
It's going to be hard for all of us, Billy, but man, if you got to let me know if there's anything at all I can do for you, man.
But they couldn't give people the two things they wanted to hear: good news or hard information.
I've already touched base today with Wright, Clark, Edwards, Collins, Wisnowski, and Brett. Okay?
The names and the families went on and on. Partners, assistants, researchers, clerks, rainmakers, and number crunchers.
I've made contact today with Doug Ergang's mom, David Rice's, the guy who identified David Rice's body, for Richard Von Feld, yeah. I've spoken to Chris Newton Carter's wife at length.
Right.
And,
I was with Patty Rosen this morning.
okay.
Were you?
Yeah.
How's she doing?
She helped me more than I helped her.
Sandler O'Neill's strongest asset had always been its people and the experience that comes with highly trained employees who understood the company's business and had personal relationships with its customers. But as each day passed, it had become apparent that much of that intellectual and human capital had been depleted.
If they're having trouble identifying them, we'll start having the parents go down for the DNA.
Okay.
And then I'll print out and list the order of how the siblings and who they want to go first for DNA samples. But right now, if we can get people to send stuff over, like with scars, shoe size, blood type, inscriptions of wedding band.
As the grim reality set in, the job of resurrecting Sandler O'Neill had fallen on the shoulders of its 44-year-old managing partner, Jimmy Dunn.
Well, you know, I'm sad but focused.
His company had lost its entire communication system, nearly every piece of paper, a third of its people, not to mention two of his best friends and top executives, senior managing partner Herman Sandler and Chris Quackenbush, the man who ran the investment banking business.
It was just incredible that 66 people could be missing, and nothing, just like they were gone.
At 21.
Sandler.
Just 4 days after the attack, the survivors at Sandler O'Neill had already moved into temporary quarters, given to them by Bank of America. Brokerage houses and investment banks, competitors in what had been the cutthroat world of Wall Street finance, offered equipment, people, and services, whatever Sandler O'Neill needed to stay alive.
And so we're here and we're doing business.
By Monday morning, with the market set to reopen, they were moved in and ready to go, in spite of the fact that most of their stock traders were among the missing. Terry Maltese, who had run another division of the company, moved in and took charge.
This has been a horrible week, as everybody knows. And it's amazing what's happened, and it's amazing everything we've had to do, and I'm very proud of everything we have done here. I'm more sad about everything we've lost and that we had to do this. Talking to the families was the worst thing. We've got a lot of distraught families, a lot of people that are very upset. People don't know what they're gonna do, and a lot of kids and wives missing their husbands. A few days ago, we started collecting DNA here. These are things I never thought any of us would do. We've done them. We're going to continue to do every single thing we can do for the families for as long as it takes. But in order to do that, one of the things we need to do is we need to be in business. So today, we're in business. And it is going to work. We have no choice, okay? We're going to do this, and we're going to do it because not doing it's not going to be an option. And people want to do business with us. We've got several firms that are working for us for free. I spoke to Trident yesterday and asked them if they could do something for us where we would split commissions of business we route through them. They said the only way they would do it is if the split is 0 for them and all for us. Everybody wants to help us, so we can't not do this, and we will do this. At 9 o'clock last Tuesday morning, Frankie and Bruce were standing at their desk waiting for the market to open so they could trade. The market never opened, and they never got to make those trades. The market is going to open today, and we're going to make those trades. Yes, our friends are gone. The desk is gone. We're here, and make no mistake, Bruce and Frankie are here, and they're watching us, and we're not going to disappoint them. And Herman's watching us, and Herman, he knows we can do this. So, very simply, we're going to do this.
As they waited for the first opening bell in 6 days, the employees of Sandler O'Neill, along with the rest of the financial community, stopped and prayed before returning to business.
All right, we're open.
They quickly discovered that there were lots of things that needed to be worked out.
You gotta find out why these phones aren't working. What is with these phones? Guys, pick up all your lines. Press on the red ones and hang them up.
We need you. We're having...
Give me it.
Hold on.
Ozzy, look, we got a really big problem here. Nobody is on our lines, and they're all lit up.
You know what, Mark? You're gonna have to use that. Is that phone good?
Yeah, we got to
You
rotate.
take that phone, and
as soon as
when
I'm
you get
off
those,
this line.
that's my phone.
We'd love to get an order somehow, some way.
The phone crisis was solved within several hours, but that was not the company's biggest problem. There was a rumor afoot on Wall Street, mistakenly reported, that Sandler O'Neill had suspended operations. So Jimmy Dunn, who had never done an interview before, went live on CNBC to let his clients and the financial community know that Sandler O'Neill was up and running and here to stay.
We don't, write songs. We don't write novels. We're Wall Street people. We're going to respond as we know how.
And respond they did. The attack had not only wiped out most of the firm's computer system, the 2 people in the technology support division who would have known how to fix it were among the missing.
We have no record of the deals that we've done this year. Who the hell knows
Charlie
who it's
has
going
it,
to be?
too.
But does he have it? Does he have it? I don't know what records.
So a group of programmers and software specialists who worked for an old college roommate of Jimmy Dunn's drove all night from Chicago to pitch in and got most of the system up before the markets reopened. But no one from the outside could help the shell-shocked employees of Sandler O'Neill with their grief.
The funeral was...
I know. Brutal?
It was brutal. I talked to his grandmother, and
Yeah.
she was reliving all the stories and started crying,
Oh, I understand.
What are you going to do?
We're going to get through it. That's what we're going to do.
Across the front of the office, on spreadsheets normally used to report sales and earnings, was a long list of funerals, wakes, and memorial services. And Jimmy Dunn was determined that there would be Sandler O'Neill partners at all of them.
Oh, God. My best friend's on Saturday, and a guy that we were in the same summer house with 20 years ago for 6 years is the same day, same time. And then a great friend of mine's that morning, so I'll be at both of those, and Herman's is on Monday, so yeah. I will miss him every day for the rest of my life.
The services have been heartrending, exhausting, and relentless in their sheer numbers. 2 and 3 a day, well into the month of October. The battered firm has pledged to continue paying the salaries of its lost employees, at least through the end of the year, plus bonuses and family benefits until 2006. A foundation has been set up for long-term assistance. But whatever they do, founding partners Fred Price and Tom O'Neill, the O'Neill and Sandler O'Neill, say it can never be enough.
Talk to a father who's lost his second son through this tragedy, a mother who lost her son she adored, who couldn't wait for his career to develop.
Right.
You know, a wife who just had a baby 2 months ago, who lost her husband.
It comes at you in waves. You know, you'd be sitting there, and as long as I keep on moving, I'm all right. And you stop, and you know, it's painful. But if you say on adrenaline, I mean, I think you always work on adrenaline. I mean, it's part of the business.
You hired a lot of young people.
Yeah, we hired a lot of young
sons and daughters of friends of yours.
Absolutely.
Has it made it harder for you, the fact that some of your best
incredibly harder. I don't know that I'll do it anymore, frankly. But I mean, I need to do it again because it was a good thing. And it's, you know, I can't let, you know, I can't let them win.
The story will continue after this.
Everything all right? How are we doing today? Okay. How's this guy doing? I want to go to the wake. So,
Every day now seems to whipsaw between somber responsibilities and the professional celebrations that mark Sandler O'Neill's return to the street.
So congratulations, boys, on the job you did on the airline deal. First deal we announced after 9/11. And look at that date. All right. Hey, Billy boy. Hey, you see this big man? What's that date?
September 18th.
What's that company?
Sandler O'Neill. Excellent.
That's a goddamn pretty thing, isn't it?
I'm about to go bid one on 2 blocks of 30-year gold 6.5s right now.
They are doing some deals, holding on to their clients, and feeling confident enough to shop for permanent office space, rebuilding a company they built from scratch 13 years ago.
We're going to need long-term quarters, and you know, Herman Sandler was a superb real estate guy, and this, you know, would not have been something that I would have known much about or been able to do very good at. But that's changed now, okay? We have in the firm, we had 170 people. We're gonna be about 100, and we're gonna grow, okay? Stock's a little better. It's green. Green. I've not seen any of that. Got a couple greens. That's encouraging.
If I didn't know, and I just walked in here, I would have thought that you had been in these offices forever.
Well, that's, you know, we're like, you know, to me, I feel like we're at war. I mean, they attacked the United States of America. They attacked the capitalistic structure that we flourished under. They attacked our little firm, and, you know, and they killed our friends. So we have a low tolerance for the petty issues right now. And that, you know, if you can't adapt and move, well, then you know, then you have to do something else. So this is like combat to me right now.
They were intent on destroying this country. I don't think we appreciated the depth of their hatred. But I think for every percentage that we might have underestimated them, I think they very much underestimated us.